Okay. So hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. So last class we were actually discussing about this operators. So let's finish off this operators and then we'll see the other concepts. So where we stopped last class is I think in a logical operator. Yeah, this is finished. And now let's start with increment and decrement operator. Okay. So increment and decrement operator. So this plus plus and minus minus is generally used to increment or decrement any variables value by one. Okay, just one value you want to increment. So you can use this. So let's make an example. So let's x is equal to of type number is equal to 10. Okay, and now what I do is I say I want to increment this value by 1. So what you do, x is equal to x plus 1. Okay. Now if I just say console dot uh, log of, yeah, I just say console dot log of x. So you will get the value called 11 because it is increment by 1. Let me check this one. Let me open this in. I want to use the external terminal. Okay, external command prompt. So let me open a command prompt. Okay, so let me get the address. Okay, so from today, same meeting ID. Okay, so this works for another 2 weeks. Okay, so if that one that is expired, I'll give you new meeting ID. Okay, so this meeting ID only for the paid people. Okay, so fine. And now let me get the what? 1 second. Yeah, let me get this address. Okay, and some people chatting. Yesterday's video. Okay, okay. You will get today. You will get today. All videos you'll get today. Okay. Um. uh, okay. The people who paid in the late hours not got where we are. Okay. So CD space paste D drive CLS. Yeah. So node space app.js. I got 11. Fine. So now here I want to increment. I mean I want to make a shortcut. See, x is equal to x plus 1. So you can make a shortcut is x plus is equal to 1. Okay. And also even more shortcut is x plus plus. Okay. So x plus plus means it increments the value just by 1. So here 11, here 12, here 13. So when you run the program, it is 13. So x, the plus plus is to increment the value and minus minus is to decrement the value. Fine. And the next one, ternary operator. Ternary operator. So ternary operator, it is just shortcut for your if else condition. So the syntax goes like this. You will be having you will be having a condition. Okay, you'll be having a condition, and this condition you have a question mark. Okay, depend on the condition. It can be true or false. So it will be true part or false part. So this is a syntax. You have a condition, and if the condition is true, this true part get execute before colon, and if the condition false, the false part get execute, that is after colon. Okay, for example, if you take a same example called this one, marks and this story, uh, what I do is marks is equal to some 45 and message no, result is equal to just empty string. I'm gonna assign, I'm gonna reassign some new values to the variables. Okay, and some chatting. Okay, we can apply prefix. Yes, we can apply prefix. Okay, so marks 45 and result something empty. So I have not given the let keyword because I have already declared the same variable here. Okay, so only while first time declaration number, and next time you can reassign any value, but declaration of type is not required. Okay, so how to write ternary operator is uh, marks less than or equal to 35 question mark, then result is equal to you cleared the exam. Okay, otherwise you say you failed the exam, like this. Okay, so if this condition match, this is the result. And yeah, I forgot, result is equal to this one. If this is failed, I mean this is condition is failed, this is the result. And finally, once you print the result, console.log of results, you will get the answer as 45. So obviously something wrong I made, no? It is, if it is less than, you failed, right? Okay, and if it is greater than, it is cleared. Okay, so if it is less than, as per our logic, see here, if it is less than, failed, otherwise cleared. Same story here, if it is less than, it's failed, if otherwise it's cleared. Okay, now check CLS, run the program. You cleared the exam because it's 45. Okay, let's make something called 15, and if I run the program, I got, it's failed. Okay, so it is just a shortcut. See, you made a single line instead of making these many lines of code. Okay, fine. And so now let's start with another operator, last one, equality operator. Okay, I think you know about this one. There are two equality operators. One is double equals and triple equals. And in JavaScript, you have to use triple equal. Even TypeScript also, you have to use triple equal when you want to compare two variables value. For example, I write like this. Let's some ABCD we have taken already. Yeah, A we have taken. Okay, let's say P is equal to 10. Okay, and let's Q is also 10. Okay, let's take this is of type number, and this is of type number. Okay, so let's say if P is equal to Q. Okay, if P is equal to Q, I'll say console.log of both are equal. Okay, and else console.log of both are not equal. Okay, so I have taken a very simple example. P is value 10 and Q value is also 10, and both are numbers. So P, if both are equal, then you get the answer both are equal. If not, you get the answer both are not equal. Obviously, no need to ask a question because it's very well known, and both are 10 only. So both are equal. You get the answer is both are equal. Okay, let me run once. Both are equal. Fine. No surprise here. But question is, um, can we take this Q as a string and like this? Okay. So in JavaScript, what happened? If P is a 10 and Q is a string, if you give like this, here actually giving the error. But when you do the same story in JavaScript with double equals, what happens is both are equal. You, for example, you can test JavaScript here. You can test JavaScript also here without writing P and Q. It says condition will always return false since the type of number and string have no overlap. Okay. So TypeScript not allowing actually. If you talk about JavaScript, if one is string and one is number, if you say double equal to, both will be equal. If I say triple equal to, then not equal. Because what happens is in double equal, it will typecast the string value to the number, and then it evaluates both the value and it says both are equal. Okay, but if you say triple equal, then uh, it's cannot be typecasted back to the number, only comparison will happen. So here type conversion as well as comparison will happen, and here directly comparison will happen in actually JavaScript. But in TypeScript, if you make two different types, so while comparison itself is giving the error. Okay, so condition you won't write. Okay, and even triple equals also you get there. So make sure both will be numbers. So uh, Number means it must be a number. Okay, so as we discussed, TypeScript is a strictly typed language, so it will even not allow for comparison also if it is a different type. So this is a pretty better example where we can compare only numbers, only strings, and only objects. Okay, but make sure use triple equals instead of double equal even in the TypeScript also. Okay, and these are all the operators. Okay, fine. And now let's start with another concept. Let me take that. Okay, so now let's concept will be conditional statements and also looping statements. Okay, we have some conditional statements like if else conditions. Okay, we already seen that, but one more time, if else condition, and there is a switch. Okay, so two different condition statements we have, and looping. For looping, we have for loop, and we have while loop, and we have do while, just like JavaScript. We can also use it in the TypeScript. So let's make some basic examples on these things also. This a kind of a recap. Okay. So first, let's start with conditional statements, and then we'll start with the looping statements. So I just create another folder 04 hyphen ts hyphen conditional statements. Okay, so in this I create one TypeScript app.ts. Okay, so let's start with conditional statements. We have two things. One is if else, and one more is switch. So switch is bit more performance than if else ladder. Okay, if you have more number of if else cases, then switch is better than that one. Okay, so let's see. First, let's start with switch. Sorry, first we start with if else. So what we do is we just take an example. Okay, let's take an example. Let current time. Okay, let's say current time of type a number. I have missed the rule. That must be what? Camel case. Okay, current time of type number is equal to something called 10 o'clock. Okay, and let message of type string, it is just empty as of now. Okay, so what is my plan is depend on the time, like morning, up to morning 12 o'clock, it will be good morning, and then good afternoon, and then good evening, like that. Okay, so we have to assign certain message, certain wish message based on the current time. So obviously we have to write a if else conditions. So if the current time is less than or equal to 12, up to 12 o'clock, I say message will be good morning. Message will be good morning. And next, if not else, if one more condition. Okay, so current time is greater than 12. Okay, or else greater than or equal to 13 you take, and current time is less than or equal to up to what, 17, it's 5 o'clock. Message will be, you can give double quotes or single quotes, both are valid. So good afternoon. Okay, and finally same like this, uh, if the current time is more than 18, I mean 6 o'clock onwards. So 6 o'clock to, I'm writing 24 hours format. So let's make up to 23. So 0 to 23. Okay. So this will be good evening. And lastly, else, if it is apart from this one also, if none of the condition match, if it is something more than 23, so what you have to say is message is equal to enter a proper time. Okay, like this. Fine. And so we made some if else conditions. So let me check the answer. So console.log of message. Okay. So time is 10 o'clock. So obviously this condition will match. Answer will be good morning. And but still, I am written this program in the folder number 4. So we need to go to the exact that location. It is in 3. So cd space dot dot cd space 04 tab CLS, yeah. node space, no compilation required. We have configured auto compilation. So node space app.js and enter. You get the answer as good morning. Okay, and it will be good evening. Why? 10 na? 10 right? 10 conditions match. 10 means not night 10, morning 10, 24 hours. Okay, now tell me, obviously it will work is a simple logic, right? Let's take 17. So 17 up to 17 is what? Good afternoon. So once you run the program, you guys, good afternoon. But my question is, sir, what if I say 5 o'clock? 5 morning, okay. It's not compiled. Yeah, morning. Fine. And can I say -5? What should return? If I say -5, what should be the answer? If I say -5, it should say proper time because time cannot be in minus, correct? But if you run the program, I got good morning. Okay, -5, I got good morning. So problem is we made only current time. We only check one condition. It is less than or equal to 12 or not. Even minus value also less than or equal to 12. So we need to write an extra condition here. Current time is greater than or equal to 0 and this one. Okay. So we write logical operator, conditional checking operator, and if else, and like that. Okay. So if it is more than, I mean, from 0 to 12, it is 13 to 17, 18 to 23. Otherwise, this you got proper time. So now this time, what you get? Enter proper time because this is not match here and here and here and here. Okay. So what is this if else statement? How if else statement will execute is irrespective of this value. For example, you made -5, right? So what happened? It will check first if condition. If not match, go to next condition. If not match, go to next condition. If not match, go to this condition. So suppose you have some 100 conditions like this. If else like 100 conditions are there. Suppose your value matches for 99th condition. If your value matches for 99th condition, but still, if, even though this value matches for 99th if else, but still it starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll check 1, no, 2, no, 3, no, like that. 99th it will match. But instead of if else, there is a better performer called switch. What's the best advantage I mean, when compared to if else, switch is a switch will never go each and every level. Whatever the case match, directly switch to that particular case. Okay, so I think you know about that. So now let's start with the switch example. So just for indication of the syntax of it, same syntax only, but only type change. So switch, what I do is let current month. Okay, shall we do one thing? Let day is equal to new date dot get day. So day is a sense you get in numbers format like 0, 1, 2, 3. So you get the numbers from 0 to 6. Okay. So 0, 1, 2 up to 6. Okay. Get a day. So I want to print Monday, Tuesday like that, not just 0, 1, 2, 3. For example, if I say console dot log of day, what is today? Today is Wednesday, right? But here this day starts from Sunday, I hope. No, no, no. I think it starts from Monday only, but 0, 0, it starts from 0 actually. So Monday 0, Tuesday 1, Wednesday 2, like that. But let's see, I forgot actually. Let's see. Some number will come. So run the program. 3. Okay. Actually, it starts from Sunday. Sunday 0, Monday 1, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 3. Okay, like that. Okay. Sunday to Saturday. Okay, this count starts from Sunday to Saturday. Sunday will be 0. So Monday 1, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 3. That's why we got 3. But I don't want 3. I want to print a Wednesday like that. So you can go with switch statement. Can we just take some let's full day of type string is empty. Okay, so I'll just take the day and I write a case. Okay, so this is the syntax of switch. So case 0, if it is case 0, what do you do? Full day is equal to Sunday. Okay, and you write a break statement. Okay, and let's make multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6, no? Last one is default. Okay, so Sunday, Monday. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and no day. Okay, no answer. Okay. So example, enter property or something. Wait, my webstorm got stuck. One minute. Okay, fine. So no day. You can write whatever you want. Okay. Fine. So let's check. Let's make a console dot log of full day. Okay. So let's see. So yep, run the program. See, today is Wednesday. Okay. But how to test the whole thing? Actually, you can hijack it. Let's say day is equal to 5. You can write like this. Actually, this will give you the current day. Okay. So as per the location where we are, but I want to check the whole program. So if I say 5, 5 will be Friday. If I run the program, it's Friday. Okay, if I say something called 10, there is no match, so you get answer is, oh, wait, it's not compiled properly. Run again, no day. Okay, fine. So I don't want this. I want exactly the day what you receive from this function. So this will be Wednesday. Okay, fine. So this is switch statement example. Nothing much, just like JavaScript. Fine. And so now let's start with looping statements. So we have a looping statements like for, while, and do while. We'll do some sort of examples also here, but I want to take a separate um, folder for this. So I create 05 hyphen ts hyphen looping statements. Okay, so I create one TypeScript app.js, sorry, app.ts. Okay, so let's start with looping statements. Please go bit slow. Okay, sure. I'll go slow. Actually, I thought you all guys know JavaScript, so I thought you feel bored if I go slow. So that's why I'm just finishing off. Okay, don't worry. I'll go slow. Okay, definitely. Okay. So looping statements. First, we'll start with a for loop. Okay. So we all know the for loop syntax, right? So generally, what is for loop is if you want to start from one number to start from one number to the n number and keep on repetitions. For n number of repetitions, we can go with the looping statements like for loop, while loop, and do while. All will come to the same category. You can use any one. For any problem, we can solve the looping using for loop or while or do while. Only syntactical difference, but ultimately the flow will be almost same. Okay, so for loop syntax goes like this. For example, for example, I want to print the value from 0 to 10. For example, I want to print the value from 0 to 10. Okay, so simple question. If I ask the same question, can you please tell the numbers from 1 to 10? If you ask a small kid, what he'll say, he'll just say directly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct? But the same question, if you want to ask the computer, hey computer, could you please print the value from 1 to 10? But it does not print directly like that, because you have to give each and every instruction proper, correct? So it will ask, do you want me to print 1 2 3 4 increment by 1 1, or 1 3 5 7 like that, increment by 2 2, increment by 3 3, what? So as a programmer, you must have to give each and every instruction perfect. If program is not working perfectly, then that's a developer's mistake. Okay, sometimes very rare cases, 0.001% hardware mistake, but always developer's mistake. Okay, so you should be very careful while writing a program. So I want to print the values from 0 to 10 with the difference is 1. Okay, so start number 0, end number is 10, with each difference is 1. Just keep on increment by 1. Okay, so the for loop syntax goes like this. For loop syntax you wanted, for loop syntax will be, like this. Okay, can we take this inside? We don't want this. Okay, for loop syntax will be like this. For here you write some statements. Okay, for first, it's having three parts. One is initialization semicolon. Here you have to make a condition, semicolon, either increment or decrement. Okay, and let's make ncr or dcr. Okay, and here you will be having a statements. Okay, this is the for loop syntax. So for initialization, condition, increment and decrement, and some statements to print it. Okay, so now my plan is I want to print from 0 to 10 with the difference is 1. So initialization, it starts from what? 0. Condition up to 10, it has to print up to 10. And the increment, so with what value you want to keep on increment is 1. Okay, let's write a program for this. Can I, yeah, let's write a for let I. Generally we'll write I, once you start the C language, since then we are writing I. You can write anything, okay? You can say A, B, C, D, or you can write Naveen, whatever. So let's say I. Okay, I of type number is equal to 0, initialization, semicolon. And what is the condition? So I less than or equal to 10. Okay, that's a condition. And then I plus plus. Okay, as we discussed, I plus plus means it's just keep incrementing the I value by 1. Okay, if you want to increment by 2, it's not I plus 2, not that one. I plus is equal to 2. Okay, it's like I equal to I plus 2. Okay, shortcut is I plus equal to 2. Okay, if you want just 1, you can write plus equal to 1, or else the shortcut is I plus plus. Okay, fine. And so now let's say console.log of I value. Okay, so let's see the answer, but I'm in separate folder again, folder number 5. So cd space dot dot back to the previous folder, and cd space 05 tab, go to the folder number 5, and now say no compilation required. So node space app.js, enter. You got 0 1 2 3 up to 10. Fine. Okay, you got the answer. Fine. Now I don't want to print like this, man. I want to print side by side. Who want to see these many lines? I want to print side by side. Side by side means you can take actually one result of type string. Okay, is equal to some empty string I'll take. Okay, so what I'm doing is for every I value, I just keep append to the result. I don't want to print a console.log. Every I value for every iteration, I want to keep append to the result. So what I do, result plus is equal to, I use the backtick. So the I value and comma, some space. Okay, so result plus equal to I'm writing. What is plus equal to means? It means result is equal to result plus this one. So existing empty string plus 0, and then 1, and then 2. So keep on appending 1 2 3 4 to the same string. So instead of writing this much, We already discussed result equal to result plus something, or add equal to add plus something. Shortcut is what? Plus equal to. Okay. And now let's say console.log of result. Okay, if you just keep on appending the value to the result, and that's I'm printing here. Okay, so let's check now. I got the values 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma up to 10. But here small flaw is there. What is the flaw is 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 10, comma. I don't want comma after 10. Okay, I want just up to 9. Okay, here is the answer. If you don't want comma after 10, it means you need comma up to 9. So if the I value 9 up to 9, you need to add a comma. Otherwise, don't add a comma. So can we write the logic? Okay, I write an extra condition here. If I value is less than or equal to 9. Okay, if I value up to 9, add with a comma. Okay, else means obviously just 10 is the maximum in this for loop. Okay, so in that case, never add a comma. Okay, so if in this looping I value is up to 9, keep on adding a comma. Otherwise means hardly 10. Okay, because we got the last value 10, right? So if it is 10, don't add comma. If you write a condition like this, if you run the program, see, no comma after 10. Okay, fine, so it looks good. Okay, next another example, one small example. What is that is I don't want 0 to 10, I want some 20 to 0, and with the difference is 2. Okay, I want to print reverse 20 to 0 with the difference is 2. It means I want 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, like that. Okay, so now tell me, can we take a use of same result value? Okay, I'll take results is equal just empty string I have. Okay, now tell me. Okay, so what do you write? For I value, I want to start from 20. I value, I want to start from 20. Okay, so how to write? Let I of type number is equal to 20, because I want to start from 20, comma 0, 20 to 0, you're reducing it. So I is greater than or equal to 0, up to 0. Okay, and then can I say I minus minus? No. If I say I minus minus, it will be just increment, it will be decrement by 1. But I want to decrement, the difference is 2. So what you do? I minus equal to 2, correct? Fine. So now, can I say direct statement for as of now? So console.log of I, console.log of I. So let's see the values. So if I run the program, I got same 20, 18, 16, like that up to 0. Okay, correct. But I don't want to print like this. I want to print just like the previous one. So we need to append to this. Okay. Can we say directly result plus equal to backtick the dollar? I'm using backtick operator. So dynamic value will be dollar I value comma space. Okay, and then I'll say console.log outside result. Okay, so if I write like this, so let's see the answer now. For example, if I go here CLS, run the program, yeah, I got it, but the problem is 0 comma. I don't want comma after 0. So simple logic, you can make a condition up to 0 or up to 2, correct? Okay, you can make a condition is if I value is greater than 0. If I value greater than 0, then only add a comma. Otherwise, please don't add a comma, like that. Okay, so now what happens? Run the program. See, no comma after 0. Okay, this how you just have to think about it and write a program. Fine. So one last example is, as of now we write only one for loop. Let's make two for loops. So I will make another example. I want to print some stars. You can print numbers also. I print some stars. What stars? Like 5 stars. 5 stars means not just 5 stars like that. I want to print start with 1 star and 2 stars, 3 stars, and then 4, and then 5, like that. Okay, so whatever the number I give, those many stars has to come from 1. So here you have to write um, you have to write 2 for loops, because this is one for loop, here one for loop, here one for loop, here one for loop, here for loop. Okay, so let me write a program. uh, okay, let's take like this. Let's um, end number of stars. Okay, for example, like this, number of, okay, let's say stars count, not count, I want end star. Okay, count will take. Okay, count of type number is equal to 5. Okay, if I say 5, 5 stars will come. If I say 10, 10 stars will come, like that. Okay, now how you write the logic? I want to start from what? One star, 2 star, 3 star, like that, up to 5. It means the counter. So for example, I say for let I of type number is equal to 1, because I want to start from 1 star, and I less than or equal to the counter. Okay, and then I plus plus. Okay, if I say console dot log of star, what happens? Okay, for every iteration, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars will come, just one after the other. I don't want it. I want 1 star, and here 2 stars, and this line 3 star, here 4 star, here 5 star. Same like this only, but I want like this. So for that, you have to write another for loop. So let's say for let j of type number is equal to 1, starts from 1, because this is for like this. I want to print this these 2 star, assume, starts from 1 star up to 2 stars. So j less than or equal to I, correct? J is equal to 1, j less than or equal to I, yeah, up to I value. Okay, so up to I value means first I value 1, so only 1 star. I value next increment 2, so 2 star, next increment 3. Okay, fine. So j plus plus. Okay, let's say I don't want to print just one after the other. Can you do one thing? Result is equal to empty, because I want to print exactly like this one. So so what I do is result plus is equal to backtick. Can I add a, oh, just star, only star, no star. Okay, if you add a star, some space, done. And can I print it? Console.log of result. Okay, but I think it will not come proper order. Let's check all these stars like this. No, no, no. I want to give a line break. 1 star, next line break, 2 star, next iteration 3, like that. So line break is for after this for loop, because this for loop is for every this one. I want to make a break of line. So result plus is equal to, I use something called slash n. So slash n is just like your br tag in HTML. Okay, for line break. Okay, in program string will write slash n for line break. Okay, so if you write that, now save it, go check. Yeah, I got like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 stars. Okay, suppose I change this to something called 9. So 9 stars will print automatically, because my I value up to count. If I run the program, see, I got 9 stars. Okay, fine. Yeah, so fine. Okay, enough. Not much examples. You can watch my JavaScript videos. There I made a lot of examples. Fine. And so can we do one thing? This is for loop, right? Can we make Can we make while loop for same example? Okay, that's better. So what we do is, can we write TypeScript file, another TypeScript file for while loop? Okay, let's create a TypeScript. Just say while.ts. Okay, here we're gonna make just while loop. Okay, so while loop syntax is, what is while loop syntax? While loop syntax will be like this. Generally, for every looping, you have these things: so initialization, condition, increment and decrement, and statement. So for every, can someone mute? Venkat, please mute. Yeah. So for every looping, you have this four parts common: initialization, condition, increment or decrement, and statements. So four parts common. Okay. So while loop, what you do is, first you write initialization, first initialization, and then while you have to write a condition inside. Here it must be a condition, and then here will be the statements, and then statements, and here will be last one will be increment or decrement. Okay, so this must be a last line. This must be a last line. Okay, last line. And yeah, that's it. See, initialization, condition, statements, increment and decrement. This is syntax. Okay, that is syntax. So let's write a program for the same 0 to 10, and with the difference is 1. Okay, let's start here. Okay, so let's make here. So initialization, while and something. Okay, so let's say let I value of type number is equal to 0. I start from 0 up to what? Uh, while I less than or equal to 10. Okay, and then statement, let's make console log as of now, console.log of I, and then increment or decrement, just I plus plus, and finally that's it. No, okay, so I value 0, check the condition, print it, increment, check the condition, print it, increment, check the condition, print it. We just keep looping over here. Okay, so let me check. Can we run the program? CLS, so node space, not app. I given while.ts, so while.js. I got, yeah, 0 to 10. I don't want it, I want side by side. So simply you take what, let result of type string is equal to empty string. Okay, but what condition we made earlier as per this one? Can we copy this? Can we add that here? Okay, this must be last line always. Okay, don't forget to add this, because otherwise you'll go to infinite loop. If it is not incremented, keep on looping for a certain condition. Okay, so avoid infinite loops, you need to have this one. Okay, it should be always the last line. Okay, this is while loop, and let's say console.log of result, because we are appending everything to the result. So I print result. So now go check, run the program. I got 0 to 10 using while loop. Okay, not a big deal, but some people ask only to write a logic in while loop, so we'll make it. Okay, one last thing. Oh, two things. 20 to 2. Okay, 20 to 2. Okay, so initialization, I already declared in the global, right? I and result declared in the global, so you can't redeclare again. So can I say directly I is equal to 20? Yes. I think you know this concept, right? Redeclaration. If you declare any variable in the global, you must not redeclare it. You get the error, right? Even JavaScript, everywhere, every program. So I have already declared this I in the global, so I must not redeclare it. So I say I, only assignment, no redeclaration. If I say let, you get the flaw redeclaration. Okay. So now I want while I is greater than or equal to 0 and the condition. Can we grab the same condition? Don't think much. Okay. Where is result? Result is empty. Okay. So finally, oh, decrement. I minus equal to 2. The difference is 2. Okay. Let's write a console dot log of results. Okay. So let's check. Go back here and the program while I got 22 0. Fine. And one last example we wanted is print stars. Copy the same. Let's paste it here. So print stars while inside while. Oh, long story. Okay. Can we do one thing? Can we copy this? We'll convert to while loop. Okay. So we don't need to think much. Okay. So I want this to convert to while loop. How to convert for loop to while loop? First you make initialization. Initialization means cut this, keep it outside. So I say I is equal to 1. Okay. And while condition, what's the condition? This is the condition. I cut it, keep it in the condition. And I plus plus will be in the last line. Okay. In between you have statements. What statement? This is the statement. Keep it. So it's done. Okay. And one more for loop is there. Again, I need what? First initialization. This is the initialization. Keep it outside. And condition. While condition j less than or equal to I is the condition. And j plus plus is the increment. Sorry, j plus plus is the increment. Before that, some statement. Statement is only one. That is this guy. I don't need a for loop then. Like that. Okay. I just convert for loop to while loop. Only thing is here initialization condition like this format. It was in this format. I rearrange them in this format. So it's got. Okay. Fine. And now let's check the answer. Go back, run the program. I got the stars. Okay. That's about while loop. Not much. And yeah, let's start with lastly do while, and then we'll start with the objects concept, objects and arrays. That's very, very important. So let's finish off that part. Can we write another file? Right. Can we do one thing? Right click new TypeScript. So do while. Okay. So do while syntax goes like this. No, tell me what's the difference between while and do while? While and do while. While means it will check the condition first and then increments. It just prints the value. So first of all, it check the condition and then prints. But what about do? Do will print some statements. Later check the condition. It means while is like a prepaid. Do while is like a postpaid. Same, no? While prepaid means what? You have to pay the fees and use the services. What do while says? Use the services and pay the fees. Okay. But ultimately you have to pay the fees. Ultimately you have to check the condition. Okay. And people say this prints for wrong condition also this prints 0 times and this prints once time. Okay. You can also make with do while. So condition, okay, syntax will be same story. First initialization and then do what? Do statements and lastly increment or decrements. Most important, this must be a last line. And then while you have to make a condition with semicolon. So this is the condition, just like that. So convert from for loop to while is bit tricky, but while to do while is very easy because same initialization, same while, only the statements you have to cut it, keep it in the do. That's it, no? Can we do one thing? Can we copy everything from here? I just convert while to do while directly. Okay, copy this. I paste in here. So slightly convert everyone. Okay, how to convert? First of all, here while condition and some statements here. Generally statements will comes under where? In the do. Okay, statement increment everything comes under do. So what I do is I write a do. In that I just cut everything, keep in the here. I don't need this. Let's make semicolon. Done. Okay, do this thing while condition. This called do while. Okay, and let's also make this one. Let's say do open close. Let me cut all these guys. Here must be semicolon, no? Let me cut all these guys. Keep it in the do, and let's make here a semicolon. That's it, done. And next here, oh, here is a long story. So okay, right. Do open close. What is there inside? This much story. Cut everything. Keep in the do. Okay, and close the condition. And again, one more while is there. Convert this to do while. So let's write do again. Do again. Do statement. Okay, let me cut this data. Keep it in this, and then let's make while to be semicolon. That's it. See, do inside, do while inside, do while. Okay, so let me check this answers. I hope it will work. So file name is do hyphen while.ts. So CLS, run the program, node space do while.js. You got the answer. Okay, fine. So this comes with practice. That's fine. That's an example. Okay. So now we have discussed the basics, data types, operators, conditional looping statements. So now the very, very important thing is data structure. What is that is we have objects and arrays. Okay. So what is object? Any real world entity we will declare as object. For example, if you have generally just tell me if you want to create a variable. Okay, for example, I have something called camera. Camera is my I mean some my option. Okay, so for camera all the features, how you declare a variable? Let's lens is equal to something called lens how much, so something 30 megapixels, right? And then it's color. Okay, so let color is equal to something black. Okay, and what you write, let brand is equal to, you write something called Canon. So these are all the properties, I mean these are all the variables belongs to one thing that's called camera. Okay, you write all this fine. Next, I want to write some data about another camera. So what you do, you create another three variables? No. So what objects concept says is, if you want to represent some properties of certain thing, you can make as an object. So group of variables you can club together is called as an object. Okay, so let's see how to create object here, but there are some flaw in this. So we have to understand that. Okay, let's see. So small difference between the JavaScript way and TypeScript way. So I'll tell you. Let me create another directory 06 hyphen ts hyphen objects. Okay. I'm not talking about object oriented way of creation of objects. I'm just talking about functional oriented. And once you start with object oriented like classes, then I tell you how to create object with classes. Okay, it's just now functional oriented objects. Okay, so I create another, okay, one TypeScript. Let's say app.js, ts. Okay. Now let's start with objects. Object indicates a real world entity. Okay. So see, observe very, very closely here. There are some flaw in this and we have to fix it. Okay. Object, what object I'll take? Okay. I take an object like let's mobile of type object is equal to an object. This is how you create object, right? In this I need some properties and values, so let's make some property and value. Brand, mobile brand Apple. I think we have taken same example, right? First data types file, yeah. Brand, color, color is silver, and price around some 35,000. What else will be there? Brand, the color, price, and yeah, fine. Three is fine. Next, I want to print it. How to print console.log of mobile. Console.log of mobile. Let me test this out and then I'll tell you what is the object now. So how to run the program, and that too it is inside a file number 6. Go to command prompt, cd space dot dot and cd space 06 tab. Okay, so let's say node space app.ts app.js, enter. I got a objects pretty well. Fine. Now tell me, I don't want to print the whole object. Okay, I want to just print the color. I want to just access the silver. I don't want the whole object. I want just get the silver. Generally what you do, console dot log of mobile dot color. This is how you do, correct? Yeah, I made a same story, mobile dot color as it is I write here, but you get the error. If you keep a cursor, you got the error. What is the error? Property color does not exist on the type object. So it is something different, no? In JavaScript it works pretty well, but here you got the error. When you're trying to access the property of a particular object, it says that property color does not exist on the type object. It means your mobile variable you declared of type object, it's saying that in this particular object type there is nothing called color. Yes, of course, because this object means this is actually a TypeScript kind of object. So in that maybe this property is not exist. Sir, what we do? Okay, let me tell you. Actually, this is not just you have to write object. You have to write something else here. I tell you what is that. For example, in TypeScript, if I declare any variable, let I is equal I of type number. Okay, if I declare any variable with number, what happen? If I write any variable, if I declare any variable of type number, so what happen? You can only assign a number. You cannot assign any other value apart from the number, right? It means in the TypeScript they have given some rule inside the TypeScript language stating that only numbers are allowed if you declare of type number. Okay, if I take string, it says only string type of data can be allowed. Okay, and the string number, like boolean, these are all predefined, right? Now what about this object? Object means actually you must not write object like this. Okay, generally there's a type called object, but you must not declare anything with object, because I want to create an object type, not string type or number type. I want to create some object type. In that I have three properties like brand, color, and price. So I have my own properties. It means this is your own object, contains your own properties. It means you have to define your own type also. Okay. If it is a regular string, you can use string. If it is a regular number, you can use number. If it is a regular boolean, you can use boolean. Okay. But if you are writing your own object type, I mean, if you are writing your own object, first you have to define the rules for it. For string there will be a rule called only strings allowed. For number there is a rule called number allowed. For example, for object we have to define the rule, and that rule specify it must contain brand with string, color with string, price with number. It means you have to define your own type. And how you define your own type, just like string and number, is interface. Okay, I tell you how you declare your own type is using interfaces. Okay, but this thing is not available in JavaScript, so interfaces are not there. So only the developer should be very careful what is a property and all. But here we will define everything perfectly. Okay, strictly typed. Even object also strictly typed. So how you specify the type of an object is interface. Okay, interface mobile. Okay, it is like this. Actual object oriented we'll discuss, but I'm just declaring a type called mobile type. Okay, my own type, not string and object, my own type called mobile. And why I'm writing capital is in the first day of rules we have discussed. Where is that? Rules kidhar hai? Somewhere app.ts. Yeah, here. This one. Interfaces classes enum will start with uppercase. Okay. So as per that rule, I want, yeah, mobile. And here you have to define what are the things. Okay, what are the things means I need one. Okay, assume you delete this. Just see here. Mobile type I want. In that, what role you want? I need one brand property of type string, comma. I need one color property of type string, and I need one price property of type number. You have to define like this. Okay, if you're writing TypeScript program, you have to define your own type. If it is nested object or whatever the nested level, you have to define it and then use it. Okay, so I define the type of mobile, and then how to create object in functional oriented. If it is class oriented, you write a structure called class and then you create object as per the structure. But as per functional oriented, how to create an object for interface is just like regular object. Let's the lowercase mobile, because just a variable of type not object. Okay, is of type mobile. Okay, is equal to an object. So as soon as I declare, I got some error. It's saying that it is missing the following properties like brand, color, and price. So it's saying that, hey, you declare a variable of type mobile, but mobile is having these many property, but where are those properties? That's what it says. It is missing the following properties. Okay, let's make. So you do control space, you get all the properties what you declared there. Okay, so let's say brand must be a string apple. Okay, and then color must be a something silver, some string. Okay, price must be a number. Let's make 35,000. Now what? It's no error. Okay, can we print now? Can I say console dot log of mobile? I say console dot log of mobile. Okay, save it. Go check the program, run the program. Uh, yeah, I got mobile object, right? So I want to get a particular property. Now you can use it. So console dot log of mobile dot color. See now no error because it is there a color. Okay. So now we run the program. You got the color silver, right? This is how you define, and also strictly type is defined. Okay, it means brand string means string only. Sir, if I say number something called 100, you get the error. See, the number is not assignable to the type string because it was declared as a string in the mobile. See, which is declared here on type mobile. It must be string. Okay, so it is what strictly typed. You can say Apple, and even for price, it is number. Can I say is our string number? Not allowed. Okay, so it says string not assigned to the number. It must be a pure number. Okay, sir, is that fine? Can I remove a property from this? Not allowed, because it must be same amount of properties and same type of property. That's what's strictly defined. See, if you remove one property, it says the error stating that property price is missing in the type. Okay, so you made everything, but see, simple no. Mobile is declared as a mobile type, then three are declared, but you implement only two. That's why it says it's missing. Okay, fine. I make price. Fine. Sir, can I add extra property then? Can I add something called is insurance? Is insured. Can I say something called false? Can I do this? No, you can't do because it is violating the type. Type is contains only three properties, then why are you making extra property? If you wanted really to make this property also included, then add in the here is ensured of type what? Boolean. Then it's happy because same thing you have defined. Okay, so always remember, if you're writing with a custom type, you have to write with an interface. If you're just using string and boolean, you can use as it is, but custom type must be with interface. Okay, fine. And so that's what object. Let's start with something called nested object. Nested object. What is nested object? An object inside object is nested object. So let me define the type first and then define the uh, actual content. So type is I want to create a student object. So let me create a student object. How many ways we can create object? We can create object in two ways. One is functional oriented, class oriented. So as of now, we are seeing only functional oriented. Once we start OOPS concepts, we'll see the class oriented. Okay, fine. And so because mostly we use class oriented only, but you must know this part also, because when we maintain the state of the application, we make this type of objects for every Angular component. So this also must know. Okay, the type, and you have to define the type and this thing. Okay, let's start with nested objects. I need what object you create? Student objects. So let's say not let, first define the type. Type is interface. Interface student, capital letter. Nested means I need a name of the person, at a string, and age string, course string. Oh, age is number, no? Age is number, course string, and college is string only, and address. Address means home address. Home address not just string or number. I need to make multiple fields for address, so I can just make an object like this. Okay, inside I can do street of type string, street city of type string, and all string only. City over state string. Okay, country also. Okay, you can make. Fine. So I have an object inside another object is called nested objects. Okay, fine. So we made a type. So let's make the real object based on this type. So how to make is, let student, lowercase student, okay, or student 1 2 you can make, of type capital student is equal to an object. So you got the error because you have not implement all this. Okay, can we copy the same structure, because we don't want to violate the rules? So copy the same structure, paste it, and here you have to make a value. Let's take something called name, Arjun Reddy, and age I don't know 23, course string, no, MBBS, college I don't know, Osmania Medical College, address maybe somewhere Jubilee Hills. Okay, something called Anand Anand Nagar, Jubilee Hills. Okay, city I don't know, Hyderabad. Okay, and then state TS. Okay, fine. So I made the same structure as it is for my student. Now let's make console. Yeah, of course you can print it. Console.log of student. Okay, I say console.log of student, and let's check the answer. CLS, run the program. I got a whole student, but I want to just print only the address object. So simply just like JavaScript, console.log of student dot address. Only the address object you can print it like this, address object. And some cases people what they do is they will declare address also separate interface, and they add that here. For example, instead of declaring everything here, they will take this as separate interface also. For example, they take interface address is equal to an object. They'll take like this. Sorry. So interface no equal to like this, and here they will take these all the fields here. So address is an interface. Address is a type which contains all this. So now instead of making your own, you just make address type. Okay. Address is of type address. It's your own type. These are all numbers and all. This is of your own type called address. You can declare either inside or keep it outside, because if you want to use it separately somewhere, you can use that outside. Okay. And still it works because it's satisfying this data and also my address data. Okay, so this is how you actually create an object in TypeScript, and we have another way that's called object oriented. So once we start with object oriented class creation, then we'll see what is constructor, what is polymorphism, what is encapsulation, what is inheritance. So a lot of concepts are there. So we'll see them once we start objects oriented. Fine, that's about objects, nothing much. And reading just like JavaScript only, declaring is important. Okay, fine. And now let's start with arrays concept. Let's create another folder, new directory 07 hyphen ts hyphen arrays. Okay, so array means what? Object means one real world thing if you want to represent is an object. So array means it's a collection of objects or collection of any element. It can be collection of strings, it can be collection of numbers, collection of objects is an array. Okay, let's see how to create an array, and there are a lot of functions of array. Okay, like we regularly use them in React and Angular, like map function, filter function, and like for each loop. Okay, so a lot of functions are available. So we have to just have a look at least the important functions of arrays. Okay, first declare the array, and also remember in JavaScript, array means you can define any type of value in the array because there is no strict rule in JavaScript. But in TypeScript, if you declare an array of some type, you must have to assign a value of the same type. Okay, so let's start with arrays concept. So let me create a new TypeScript app.ts. Let's start with a very basic array. Let's say string array. String array. So string array, how you declare something like let colors of type string array. If it's a string, only one value can assign. But if I say array, you can assign multiple strings. Okay, and object will be like this. Array will be like this. Okay, I hope you know this. So list of colors like white and black, and then silver. No, comma. Silver. What else? Let's take blue, and then I don't know, purple. Okay, so I have a array of colors, and you want to print them. Simply you can just say console.log of colors. Okay, so you go back here, CLS, but I'm in separate program, cd space dot cd space 07 tab arrays concept, and just say node space app.js, enter. You got an array. Okay, so this is normal regular string array. You want to make number, just make it of number, and you can only assign a numbers. Fine, but I want something customized type array. Okay, it means I want object type array. Object array means suppose I want to represent a collection of employees or collection of students. Okay, collection of products I want to represent. Then what you do, it's not a string. Product means not just a name, right? So I want to be a product type. Okay, so how you declare that is here. Okay, let me start with employee. Okay, I want to represent a collection of employees in an array. Okay, so let's declare the type, because employee is not a predefined type, it must be a customized type. So customized type you can declare like this, interface. So interface employee Okay. So what fields required here? I say serial number of type number or string, anything. Can we say number? This number. Okay, any complex number, it should be a string. If it is alphanumeric character, so okay, let's make string. I make alphanumeric character, and name is string, age string. Sorry, age is number, and employee, what will be their designation? Designation is string, and is active. Is active means that guy is existing in the company or resigned. Okay, is active of type boolean, because I want to make a mix of number, string, boolean, all. So I just, that's why I made it. Fine, so we define the type. So once you have a type, you can make an array. How to make an array? Let employees of type employee array is equal to another array, like this. Okay, see, just like that. String array, now employee array. So inside, what will be there? Each element will be of type employee. It means it must be of type this one. Okay, serial number, some string. So let's make 01 AA 01, like that. Okay, so name something called John, and age, don't worry, last example, we'll see the remaining part tomorrow. So age 45. Designation is manager, and is active is true. If this guy is available in the company, right? Fine. And so let's make multiple. Copy this, paste. I need some 0202. This guy is Wilson, around some 55 years. This guy is a senior manager, and this guy is false. Okay, one more. I say 03 something. Rajan, around some 25 years. This guy is a software engineer. So why I'm making these many is I can do a filtering logic on this. So that's why engineer, and it's true. Okay, one last one. I need another one, some four. Let's say something called Laura, around some 28 years, and some tech lead. Okay, and it's false, not available in the company, resigned. Fine. Anita, you're joining multiple times. Any, let her join. Anita, you're joining multiple times. Any network issue or what? Okay. So yeah, employees, I have a array. Fine. This is how you declare array type, okay, to represent multiple data. And let me print it. So what you do, simply just say console dot log of employees. Okay. Let's see. Go back here and run the program. I got multiple employees, right? All this. Fine. So enough for today's class, and tomorrow we will discuss how to loop this array. We have multiple. You can use normal for loop, for in loop, for off loop, for each function, and you can filter using filter function and find function to find a particular record from there. Okay, and because in Angular, what happens, you will receive data from the server is collection of employees, but I want to display only a particular employee on the screen. Okay, so where you will make a condition based on the employee ID. Okay, based on some conditions. Okay, and we have a filter function. Based on some condition, you will filter the data. So like junior employees, senior employees, male employees, female employees, like that. Okay, and you will map with certain conditions. Okay, so these functions are very important. Okay, so those functions you must know. So we discuss them, looping and those functions, and then we'll start with another functions concept. Okay, how to create a function concepts and all. Flower bracket, where is flower bracket? Flower bracket means this one, na? Object ये जो है ना, this is flower bracket. I think so. This is normal bracket. This is okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So that's it. Enough for today's class. And any question? I know I went bit faster. Huh? Tell me, I'll go slowly tomorrow. I thought you already know the JavaScript. Hardly same concept only, JavaScript, TypeScript same only till we reach object oriented. From object oriented, I'll go very slow because object oriented is completely different than JavaScript, because object oriented concepts are not there in JavaScript. A lot of rules will be there, like private, public, protected, constructor, polymorphism, encapsulation, static, non-static, like that. Too many things are there, so that will go a bit slower. But I thought actually you know JavaScript, so I went bit faster, not much. Okay. Anyway, you have another 24 hours time to discuss. Okay, yeah, same as core Java. Yes, correct. Same as core Java. Oops, concept same. Exactly same. Rules and all, everything same. Okay. Yeah, fine. Any question? Anybody? Ask me now. No question. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's wind up today, and we'll meet tomorrow, and we'll continue this. Right. So thank you so much for joining, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, wait, some chat. Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you.